morning, Honourable Minister, the Chairman and Board of the Fiji Sports Council, executive members of the Fiji Amateur Boxing Association, Commander of the Navy, invited guests, Al, Bulavanaka, and a very good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, the Australian High Commissioner, John Fix. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, just 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks have passed since I was in Lodala Bay, reopening Vodafone Arena and marking a big step forward in bringing Fiji sporting facilities to a world-class standard. This morning, right on the heels of that major reveal, comes yet another proud moment for athletics in Fiji as we open the newly renovated home for Boxing Fiji, the Captain Stan Brown Boxing Gym. Now, before we speak about Boxing Fiji or about this new gym, I want to talk a bit about its new namesake, the old man, as we call him, Captain Stan Brown himself. Captain Brown served as the first ever commander of the Fiji Navy, making this morning a very personal moment for me and the Navy personnel sitting in front of us. Before I went on to serve in that same position, years later, he left very big shoes for me to fill, and I knew him. His larger-than-life reputation preceded him among the Fijian public, and I had witnessed the strength of both his leadership and his character firsthand. Captain Brown was good friends with my dad back when our family lived in Lautoka. They served along each other in the RNZ Navy during the Second World War and then in the Naval Reserve. So it's safe to say that my respect and admiration for him started at a very early age. In fact, I first sailed with the old man around about 1965 when I was about 10, 11 years old. I served on board his yacht as one of his cadets. He had an old ketch called Maroro, which used to do reef blasting around Fiji at that time. Slightly less glamorous life for a yacht that, before it came into his hands, was actually owned by Queen Charlotte of Tonga. From that young age until I turned 15, 16, 17, I had forgotten which I spent every single school holiday sailing Maroro with Captain Brown, where of course he showed me the ropes, literally, of navigating the high seas. But my year sailing alongside Captain Brown went over there. I joined the Fijian Navy in 1975 when he was tasked with putting together the country's first naval force. Again, no small task. Shortly after my recruitment, we embarked together on Fiji's first ever naval deployment, setting sail for Seattle to bring home 2 coastal minesweepers, the Kiro and the Kula. Of course, the rest is history. As the Navy guys will tell you, I stayed in the Navy for years, rising through the ranks to become commanding officer of my ship and later following the footsteps of my long-term mentor, commander of the Navy, myself. I enjoyed my time with the old man. While he was first and foremost a seaman, he was also a teacher at heart. I remember every book he read. When he finished, he used to throw them at me and say, "You, read this." And I read a hell of a lot of those books. But more than the books, Captain Brown himself taught me and everybody else around him many things. He taught us seamanship, and of course he taught us navigation. He taught us to dress well and how to serve people. But most importantly, he taught us the value of service to Fiji. He taught us to be nice to people. He taught us to be human beings and to treat everyone as equals. He was not only a mentor to me, he was a mentor to everyone he came into contact with. The sports officials, the Navy personnel, the military personnel, everyone I know. It's because he was a man of action. When he said something would get done, it got done. And everyone around him respected that. But as we know, Captain Brown's legacy extends far beyond his service in the Navy. I used to come here to this very sport, the PWD gym, as it used to be called, to watch Captain Brown referee boxing matches. I used to remember standing outside those wire grills because the place used to be so full you can't walk in. and also I couldn't pay the 20 cents that allowed us to come inside here. The boxer himself, he brought his passion for the sport into the ring every time he oversaw a fight. He loved those sports. But the old man and boxing are forever tied together in my memory. Maybe it was the adrenaline, or maybe it was the great discipline that it required, but boxing was a huge part of what made him who he was. And he was dedicated to spreading that love to as many Fijians as possible. That's why, together with Harry Chapman, Captain Brown founded Boxing Fiji back in 1955. And with no time to waste, immediately started training to take Fiji's first boxing team to the 1956 Summer Olympics in Melbourne. Boxing grew to its golden age in Fiji under the eye of Captain Brown, experiencing huge popularity in the 1970s. Fiji's boxing legends had us glued to the radio during the South Pacific Games in 1969, 1975, and 1979. The sportsmen who had our attention trained in this very sport, like names like Joe Cressy, Sakarave, Joe Nitiva, Kamisese Wambula, and William Tambolevu, to name a few. All made Fijians proud as they competed both here at home and overseas. And of course, there's Alpate Corvo, the champion himself. That's why I'm so glad to be here this morning, unveiling a new facility that I hope will make the old man very proud. And I can think of no more deserving person to bear his name as Captain Brown. But my friends, the facility alone, no matter how nice it looks, will never throw a knockout punch. Gyms alone don't win medals. So to truly honor Captain Brown's legacy, we need to revive the sport of boxing in Fiji and see a rebirth of the golden age that he paved the way for. When it comes to achieving that mission, as both your Prime Minister and a fan of the sport, I'm in your corner. It's why when I visited Havana in October, I spoke directly with the Cuban president about ways that Fiji could replicate Cuba's passion for the sport and success in the ring. We talked about ways that our nations would cooperate further, including bringing some coaching talent over from Cuba to Fiji, and those conversations proved very promising. It's safe to say there are exciting things ahead. The revival of boxing in Fiji is already showing great hope in promising young athletes like Chanin Ndabule and Winston Hill, who have made a name for themselves at home and abroad. Winston and his brother, Jonathan, actually operate a private boxing gym where they are both helping train a new generation of amateur boxers and foster a new love of the game among the Fijian public. To continue this momentum, I ask all Fijians to take a fresh look at boxing, as your enthusiasm for the sport will mean more than anything to our athletes. Let us replicate the same support that we offer our rugby players, support that fuels their success on the global stage. We often borrow an old expression from boxing to talk about our rugby players or our fight against climate change, saying that Fiji punches above our weight. Well, it's about time that we live up to those words when we're actually in the ring as well and stand behind a new generation of Fijian boxers as fans and supporters. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, it's been just over 16 years since Captain Brown passed away in October of 2003. Meanwhile, his legacy lives on in the Navy. As this morning proves, his light certainly still shines bright in the sport of boxing in Fiji. Let us use today not only as a celebration, but as a pledge to carry that torch forward in the months and years ahead. With that, my friends, it is now my pleasure to declare the Captain Stan Brown Boxing Gym officially open. Thank you.
Taking both southpaw stance in red and blue corner,